Countdown. I guess we don't have a countdown. Fuck it. Here we go, man. What's going on? It's your boy BONZ, aka the Smack Guy. I'm in the building with my homeboy Willie motherfucking Kang, aka Mr. Business, not personal. So tell me
I
first of
feel
all, how you come up with that name, though, bro?
Man, you know what, dog? Is it when you're in the life of the gambling and you're betting on sports, you can't have your feelings into it. It's always business. If you grew up a Pittsburgh Steeler fan and they're playing the Cleveland Browns, they're gonna get their ass kicked. You got to go where the money's at. Always business, not personal, baby. Yeah.
Okay. That's self-explanatory, you know what I mean? But for the people that were slow in the back now, you understand. You dig it? All right, so man, let's get right into it, man. Let's start with the slate with the NFL tomorrow. I want to know what is your most confident pick for tomorrow?
Woo, man, man. There's a lot of good games tomorrow. The first one I'm looking at here is Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Colts are giving up 2 points here, maybe 2.5. Um, the Pittsburgh is on a three-game losing streak. Ben Roethlisberger has not looked good. This is probably his last year. Um, I'm kind of leaning towards the Colts here. I think Philip Rivers, I think the offense and the defense handles their business. And I think this is a four-game losing streak for Pittsburgh.
So you said you kind of leaning. Is it? I want to know your most confident pick though. So you calling that the Colts, the underdogs on the road in Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh is slumping. You're saying right now they finna upset the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's your most
You know
confident
what?
pick of the week.
Yes. You know what? I would actually take that a money line game. I think Pittsburgh is on their way down. There's just something wrong with Ben, man. If you look at the stats, he's not able to throw the football downfield. They call it a dinking and dunking. And that's what I think he's doing. So I'm really confident with the Colts tomorrow. I just think Pittsburgh is going to lose four in a row, and I get two
Okay.
points. Give me the Colts.
Yeah, I mean Pittsburgh is clearly struggling. Your boy is over there with the Colts doing his thing at quarterback after leaving the San Diego Chargers. So how do you feel about the Colts? Are they a playoff team?
Oh, absolutely, man. I think. They have one of the top defenses, the top five NFL defenses in the league. And I think that Philip Rivers has the necessary weapons to get the ball out. Ty Hilton has been looking good. The rookie out of USC, Michael Pittman, um, is like a gem, from the draft, and their running game is real strong. As long as the O line can keep Philip Rivers on top and he doesn't fall, he's not rushed. He can stay in the pocket and make his throws, his reads. I'm very confident. I'm very confident in the Colts.
Okay. So let me ask you for a score to put you on the spot right now. What's the final score of that game? You're calling the upset with the Colts +2 on the road. What's the final score?
Man, you know what? I really see it being a 21-10, 21-13, 28-13 type of game. I actually see the Colts probably winning by two possessions, which can be 10 to 14 points. Um, I just really think, this time of year is, playoffs. It's either make or break you. And if Pittsburgh loses, all they do is loses, they lose their home field advantage, but they're still in the playoffs. I really like the Colts.
All right. I think that's actually probably the game of the week. You look at
Mm.
10-4 versus 11-3. Just based on the projected scores that you gave me, I'm going to say this is a game as a candidate for the under. The over under is 43 points. Sounds like you're under that number.
Yes, yes. You know what? I don't. I think the defenses, are really going to come to play. But again, I think the NFL has caught up to Ben Roethlisberger. It's a copycat type of league. Um, and unless Ben can throw that football, which we all know he can't because he's physically unable to, I think this game absolutely goes under. What's the weather out there?
It's actually going to be 43 degrees. I just checked that out. It's 43 degrees, a clear day. So it's nothing, there's no inclement weather to speak of, but
Okay.
just a little bit. It's going to be cold. These are two cold weather teams.
I like it.
Now, one thing we're talking about Ben Roethlisberger, he can't throw the ball anymore. Let me just say this, though. For a lot of Ben Roethlisberger's career, the Pittsburgh Steelers have done a magnificent job of drafting wide receivers. From your Hines Ward, you went on and got Antonio Brown. I think Antonio Brown can make you look good, right? You throwing
Yeah.
that ball up, you know what I mean? You got Juju, you know, you had a number of high level wide receivers playing over in the office, not to mention having the play calling that you've had from Mike Tomlin and having the threat that you had in Le'Veon Bell. You start to see these pieces are gone. You start to wonder how good ever was Ben Roethlisberger, or was he just the beneficiary of an investment of this?
Yeah. Well, and don't forget about probably the rookie of the year, Claypool out of Notre Dame, a big, tall, fast, physical wide receiver. But after the last 6 games, for Ben, you know what? After an elbow surgery like that, I think his body is breaking down. All of the receivers that you just mentioned, he was able to get the ball down the field. If you look at the stats, and I'm not like an analytic type of guy, but he hasn't thrown the ball past 10 yards. And unless they fix that, I don't see them beating Cleveland. Not Cleveland, I'm sorry. I don't see them beating the Colts. I think Ben is past his time.
Okay, fair enough. I think we spent enough time on that one. All right, what's another game that you're looking to put some bread down on, man?
Man, I am really interested in the Cleveland Browns versus the New York Jets, -7. Cleveland has 4 wide receivers that are out, including their top wide receiver in Landry. The Jets are coming off a huge upset. Their first win of the season, they're 1-13. Sam Darnold looked really, really good last week. I'm more than leaning, since this is my top game, but I'm thinking about the Jets here, man. I'm thinking the Jets are going to come into town. They're pretty high off of that big win last week. Man, just give me the points, man. Give me the points in Sam Darnold and the Jets.
Taking the Jets over the Browns. I'm not gonna call that a hot take, but yeah, it's getting warm. It's a bit warm. It's a bit warm. Are you talking straight up? Or are you talking with the +7?
I'm taking with the +7. If I just feel like with the receivers that aren't going to be there, I think the defense, which is a very solid defense for the Jets, will be able to kind of focus on on the run game, and I think that leaves the receivers out there on the island by themselves. I just think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I would probably lean the under on this also. So if you wanted to parlay this, you can parlay this with the under and the Jets. I think you're going to shock a lot of people there.
See, that's a conversation you and I got to have. That's just on overall betting philosophies. I know you love the parlays. You love the parlays. Parlays for me, first of all, let me just say this. NFL football, it's a sweat. You know what I mean? Like, anybody that tells you they're 100% expert on NFL football is a goddamn lie. I've been watching NFL football for 30 years, and it evolves, it changes. And there's a movie called Any Given Sunday. And let me tell you why. It's because the worst guy in the NFL is better than the best guy in college football. And the difference between the best players in the NFL is pretty close. There's no garbage niggas in the league. You're not in the league garbage. Matter of fact, there's a lot of real ballers that can't even get to the league. You know what I mean? Right. But in college, it's some scrub in college. You know what I mean? So you can see a big separation. So I think you can get a better gauge on who's the better, superior roster. Because a lot of times, if we were to go down player for player, look at these rosters, it ain't the team with the best roster that's winning. You know what I mean? It's not that. There's more to it than that. So I say all that just to say that if we talking parlays, I think it's already risky enough being on NFL. But man, if you want to shake them dice up like you do, and I know you hit them too. You know what I'm talking. I know you hit them too. I'll just say if we out there, man, the smack guy says, get your money where you can get your money. And the parlaying, that's dangerous. Now you gambling. To me, I think you can find leans, you can find reads, you can find ways to make loot and get your cheese. But when you throw in parlays, it's like being on the curb. You know what I mean? You're stacking right now. So I ain't saying don't do it. I'm just saying I have a different approach.
No, you know
I
what?
have a
That's
different approach.
and you know what I use? I mean, I agree. I use parlays as an example of that guy at the local gas station that got a lottery ticket, and you see the guy on the side when you're getting your gas and he's scratching his lottery ticket, right? I mean, that's the parlay, right? You're scratching your lottery ticket, hoping to get a
Because your eyes are low. Yeah.
Right, right. Or you're trying to get a free ticket, right? My thing with parlays, like I said in this game here, is if I'm gonna do a parlay, I have to be really confident with low numbers. I'm not going to put anything big out there on a parlay. It's just for the juices. But I really do feel like tomorrow the Jets and the under is something to think about. Like I said, a Baker Mayfield doesn't have his top, not one, not two, not three, but four. Four of his receivers won't be in tomorrow. It's a fact. Um, and the Jets are at home, and they're coming off a big win. I just think that they're going to come into play. I think they're playing for their jobs. It's different when you got 2 games in the season, and now the coaches are watching film for next year. So I really like the Jets tomorrow. I really are leaning towards the Jets. So if you want to put a few dollars on that, in your bankroll and wanted to double it up, I will take the under. So it's your choice.
Here's the thing I got to say about the Jets. I got to wonder about the coaching situation and how safe is the coach that's in place right now. Adam Gase, they didn't fire him yet, did they?
No, he's still there.
So he's still there, and you got to wonder like how much of a leash does he have? So really, I look at this like anytime the Jets win, the Jets lose because what they really want and what they really need is another quarterback. So they're in the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. So trust me, there was nobody more mad about the Jets winning last week than the Jets fans. This season is a wash. They're in the market for a quarterback, ready to move on from our redheaded homeboy from USC, Sam I am Darnold. So I don't even think they want to win this game.
Smack God, man, that's why we're able to agree to disagree. I think that it's a difference when you're playing for somebody that you love and respect. They won last week, man. That was a huge upset, a 2-touchdown underdog. I really think the guys in the locker room want to play for Sam. I don't think they're worried about a guy in college right now. And I think that showed that last week. They could have went 0-16 this year. I really do feel like these guys are playing for something. I feel like Adam Gase, love him or hate him, but the guys in that locker room obviously love him. I mean, they're still playing hard, man. I don't.
Hold on, wait. Man, you know what? We're not gonna do that on this show. We're not gonna give it up like that and get him talking points. Nigga, if they was really playing hard for Sam Darnold, they'd have more than one win all season. It's too late for Sam Darnold. He's not being re-signed in the offseason. They got one win out of 15 weeks. Okay, this season is a wrap. They ain't playing for shit. Sam Darnold is heading the fuck out of town, whether it's Trevor Lawrence or not. You're not saving Sam Darnold's job by playing hard right now. If you want to save Sam Darnold's job, y'all should have won at least 5 games, 6 games, 7 games. You got one win. You wasn't playing. You wasn't playing for Sam Darnold.
They shouldn't have won last week, man.
They not playing for Sam. They should have been playing for Sam Darnold. You win one game, but we didn't lose every game. Now fuck to get the fuck out the paint. Y'all niggas wasn't playing. They wasn't playing for no Sam Darnold.
By them winning last week, they're probably in the top 5. You're not getting a quarterback if you're picking 5th. So I understand what you're saying, but Sam Darnold was also hurt for over half of the season. I just think tomorrow's going to be an upset. I think that if you really, even if you put $10, I mean, what are the odds right now? +7. So,
Yeah,
what's the money line? Plus
probably
150, maybe.
Plus like 300.
Woo! So you figure you put $25 on that. You know, and I mean, don't even worry about a parlay. Put $25 on that game. Money line.
Actually, let me stop myself real quick because they have one win. Only the Cincinnati Bengals could snatch the #1 pick from them. And the Bengals are 3-10-1. So I take that back. So if they win 2 more games, there's nothing they could do to lose the first pick. Oh, I'm lying. Oh my God, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's them versus the Jaguars.
There you go.
For the
now
#1.
You got pick 3.
Now you got pick 2. Pick 2, but still.
And don't forget about the Cowboys. Don't forget about the Cowboys. Don't forget about the Patriots.
They have more than 1 or 2 wins. The Patriots got 6 wins, and the Cowboys have 5 wins. The Cowboys are a playoff team right now. They still fight for the playoffs. They 5-9, but they in a garbage ass East, so they can still make the playoffs. So now it's just the Jaguars, the lowly Bengals, and the loser Jets, and they all fighting for Trevor Lawrence. So to me, I don't think they're really.
And Justin Fields. Don't forget about that young man. That man's a baller. Ohio State.
Isn't he too young to come out, or is he coming out next year?
Oh, he's coming out. He's the same age or the same class as Trevor Lawrence. He just transferred.
Oh, okay. I've never seen him on a show, so I thought he was a little younger. He was on that show. That QB1, right? He was in QB1.
QB1, man. QB1, absolutely. But you know what? To our fans, though, please take either the Jets tomorrow with the points, and like me and the Smack God agree on the Colts. I just think the Colts are going to come tomorrow, come into play.
All right. Anything else you like in the NFL slate?
There's probably one more game, but there's no other game I'm thinking I'm going to put any money on unless there's an evening game like the Packers. But for right now, those are my top 2 games for tomorrow.
The Chiefs. The Chiefs have a game against the Falcons. Not feeling that one?
You know what? The Chiefs, you can never go wrong with betting on the Chiefs. You can never go wrong with betting on the Chiefs.
Minus 10.5. At home. Good
See,
weather.
when you get, when you talk about teams that have already clinched and don't have really a lot to play for, how long do you keep the starters in, right? It's kind of like maintenance, right? Because football is a very violent sport. So if you already clinched home field advantage, I don't know how long you keep Patrick Mahomes in the game. I don't know. So that's what scares me about that, not too confident on the team that's in first place, clinched home field advantage, and is playing a team in last place that is not playing for anything, right? So
they've clinched the division. They've clinched the division, not home field advantage throughout the playoffs, though. Okay, so they're still the Bills, and they're still the Steelers, who are 11-3 and 13-1. They could tie, so they have not clinched home throughout. They clinched the division though, and they clinched the playoffs.
And obviously they want to get the home field advantage. So with that being said, I would take the Chiefs money line.
Chiefs money line. I like it. Hold on, let me see. What's the money line though? It's Chiefs money line. Oh, hold on. I was thinking you were saying the over. Oh man, Chiefs money line. You know how much money you're gonna have to bet to make some money on that? Minus 550.
Yeah, see, Vegas knows how to play it.
Yeah. So here's one thing I would say. Maybe the Chiefs would make a nice sweetener for a parlay, though, right? You take the Chiefs at the money line at minus 550, and you parlay that with your most confident, right? You've added some juice. You made that box a little juicier, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Increased your mind. So I'm talking more strategy here because again, it's any given Sunday when it comes to NFL, but there is ways to get your cheese, right?
Right.
So let's move on to the NBA.
Okay. I'm always willing to talk some hoop.
So first off, let me just say this, y'all. The Smack God is always in the 100 zone. I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't got my finger on the pulse of the NBA just yet. I'm still watching things settle in. I need to see some of these teams play together. I gotta watch. But now the early returns are in, and I don't think it's too early to start talking about some of these things we done seen, like the Brooklyn motherfucking Nets. Now, I was out here talking shit about your boy Kyrie Irving, waving the sage throughout Boston. But I think Steph Curry better bring out the sage next game, man, because that boy went out there and did his thing in Boston. 30 plus points, pulling up, just drawing contact. He was unstoppable. You got him over there with KD, and what it's telling me early returns is Steve Nash knows how to coach the game of basketball.
Yes, yes.
Hey, man, they look like a well-seasoned team, like they've been together for a minute. It's only their second game.
They look like a team that is having a lot of fun. The game against the Celtics is a heck of a defensive team. They are known for their defense, right? Especially at home in the Garden. Well coached team. Kyrie, Kevin Durant came in there like they've been playing together for 3 seasons. They covered the point spread very easily. Never was out of rhythm. Every time the Celtics made a run, Kevin Durant took over, right? Kevin Durant kind of started off a little slow. What I mean by slow is the first quarter, second quarter, he had about 8 points. The third quarter, he takes over. He had the first 10 points, right? How do you bet against that? Like, how do you bet against that type of team? And then they have the rebounder, right? They got the guy with the big afro out there, right? Looking like man, he's a beast. And I just cannot bet against this team. You got to prove me wrong. And right now they've been proving me right. What's the point spread on that game?
Now, they're not playing tomorrow. I just want to talk about them in general. Just in general. How good they've been looking.
They play the Hornets tomorrow.
I must have just missed it. I was looking.
Yeah, they play the Hornets.
Oh, you know why I missed it? Hey, let me tell you how I missed it, because I'm so old, I'm looking for New Jersey.
Come on, Brooklyn. Yeah, they are.
My nigga over here looking for I don't see no New Jersey. That's nowhere. They not, nigga. Oh shit, nigga. All right, yeah. That's the Biscaya. Oh yeah. Oh man, he versus the Hornets. What's the line on that game? Let me give you the line on that game.
Yeah.
It ain't even out yet, but I'm paying it.
Vegas is still thinking about it.
I don't know what the line is, but I'm paying it, man.
Told you. See,
LaMelo Ball over there averaging 0 points a game right now.
Oh man, LaMelo had a wonderful game today. He led all scorers.
Oh, did he score today? Okay.
He had 9 points in the first quarter. 2 deep threes. They were saying
he had 13 points.
13 points. How many assists?
He had 13 points, 1 assist, 6 rebounds, and his plus minus was -11. The game before that, he had 0 points. Nice. I'm not saying I don't think that's nice at all, man. I would say this. Jerry's out. He'll be okay. But as of right now, when he's playing against Kyrie and them, no, man. I don't know what the line is, but I'm looking to pay it. I'm looking to pay it for that.
Yeah, I agree on that one. I would take that one tomorrow. There's another game that I feel very confident on for my bettors out there. If you want to make a few dollars tomorrow, take your girl out to eat. The Warriors versus the Bulls. Warriors are -3. The Bulls have been blown out. They got blown out again tonight, I think, by 20 points maybe. I don't know what's going on with them and Donovan from the Oklahoma Thunder. He's just, I mean, like he's new. Kobe White is over there. Zach LaVine. They're just
Yeah.
trying to get the team together. But I see the Warriors coming out. I see that they're upset. And I think that Curry is going to have a big game. I think the Wiseman is going to have a nice game. And I think finally Andrew Wiggins, right? Has been shooting horrible. Oubre has been shooting horrible, 1 for 13. They need one of these guys to score. And I think if that happens, you can have the Warriors an easy win, -3.
Like we say, it's business, not personal. And just to keep it a buck, y'all see the hat. You see what it say. It say the city. You know what I'm saying? Bay Area native right here. Been fucking with the Warriors my entire life. As I gotta say, it gets a little personal with me when I talk about the Warriors. That being said, a couple things going on over there right now. I'm gonna say this: like Steph Curry need to hit Kyrie Irving and ask him for some sage. You need to go ahead and get them bad spirits out these arenas for one. For two, I want to know what's the return policy on Kelly Oubre. That nigga running around just throwing up bullshit. He don't look good at all. He not putting the ball inside the hoop. His defense is a little bit suspect. He ain't really rebounding. His field goal percentage is terrible. We paid a lot of money for this boy, and we look at him being important.
He didn't hit that ooh-wee out in the Bay Area, man, because he out there acting like he out there at the cookie shop, man, downtown Frisco, because he don't know what the hell he's doing.
It's an adjustment. So I'm hoping that the young man will be fine. I think he might need a couple confident games, though. You know what I mean? Like, get your confidence back, show you belong. Because, okay, he was playing over there in the Suns where none of the games matter. You never played a meaningful game in your entire life, right? So now here you come. You playing with the 3-time champions, the preeminent franchise in the league. I mean, outside of the Lakers, right? So here you are. You're surrounded by Steph Curry, who, and if Steph Curry don't get off this, if we don't get it together, you better cut them braids off. You know what I mean? Go back to what he used to do.
Get that fade going, brother.
Yeah, a little fade once every 2 months. He would get a fade. Leave it at that. You know what I mean? But now on the positive side, James Wiseman. James Wiseman is what the Kings thought they were getting when they passed on Luka Doncic for Marvin Bagley.
Right.
That's what they thought they was getting. A big body dude, left-hander, crafty, could run the floor, super athlete, hard worker. But what they got was Sam Bowie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what they got. But what we got, I think we got the real deal. So that being the case, the Warriors are going to hit stride at some point in time. I hope you're right tomorrow. I've been burned on them twice this year, but fuck it, third time's a charm. I'm gonna shock them one more time. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna double up, see if I can get my cheese back off these first 2 L's, because you're right. We're playing against a team that don't seem like they've gelled with their coach yet.
Right. And there hasn't been enough time to gel. And that's one thing the Warriors do have is a coach. And I would not shy away from the Warriors on that. Looking to the next game, man, there's another game. We got the Milwaukee Bucks versus the New York Knicks. Milwaukee Bucks is -12. They had a game on Christmas Day, -10. They won by 25. The Bucks are here to play, man. You can tell that they're happy that Giannis signed that contract. They're playing with something to prove. And they have multiple shooters, man. That guy Middleton is a shooter, man. So it's not all on Giannis.
DiVincenzo can knock him down, man. Yeah, so
exactly. I mean, they have a well-rounded team. And against the Knicks team, that is a very scrappy team, but they're still young. I can see the Bucks, wearing this team out. And by the third or fourth quarter, I can see the Bucks up by more than 15, 20 points. Easy. So don't be afraid out there. When you see that 12, just know the competition. And I see the Bucks making the statement again. They won by 10 their last game. I mean, they won by 25 their last game or something like that. They had to win by 10, and all we care about is that they covered, and they got to, and then it's up to 12. I think that's another one right there that my bettors out there should keep an eye on, man. Go ahead and buy you a video game for that PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like giving up 12 points, but it's the Knicks. So if you're gonna give up 12 points, let it be against one of these sorry teams like the Knicks, man. You feel me? Yeah.
Exactly.
So I like that one. I'm in on that one with you. I'm in on that one.
Exactly, man. I think that's going to be a real good one, man. I just think, like you said earlier, man, I think that it's too early in the season. So you just kind of got to go off of the superstars. And, we talked about the Nets. We talked about the Warriors and Curry, Giannis, right? And even this next game, the Clippers versus the Mavericks, man. I mean, what's going on with the Mavericks, right? They're not the same team. They're absolutely not the same team. So, with that being said, probably got to take the Clippers here. And then, see what happens. But that's exactly what I like right there.
Can you hear me? Sure that. Yo, back?
Yo.
All right. Did you accidentally dip or did it cut you off?
No, I was looking at the chats. I hit the chat.
Oh, okay.
And then it went. It did something different.
Yeah, okay. That was me just trying to remember what you put in so I can say what our bets are. I can put.
Oh, okay. So the last one here is there's only 2 NBA games left that I like here, and then we can go to NCAA, and that's it.
Okay. So what games you like that's remaining?
Remaining Clippers versus the Mavericks. Clippers -5. Not sure if Kawhi Leonard will be playing tomorrow. He got to get 8 stitches in his lip. Luka Doncic and the Mavs are not the same Mavericks team from last year. They lost some shooters and Steph Curry. Porzingis isn't playing still. I mean, I like the Clippers, man. I really do like the Clippers tomorrow. I just don't have any faith in the Mavs. They haven't looked good in their first 2 games of the season. The Lakers absolutely destroyed them on Christmas. Destroyed them. And the Clippers didn't look too good themselves, but they covered. So, it's one of them games where I trust the defense a little better. And if you can keep Luka on in the mousetrap, I like the Clippers -5.
Luka Doncic, through this terrible 2-game skid, is averaging 29.5 points, shooting 444. Shout out to Jay-Z. Shout out to Hove from the 444. You're not going to put Luka in no mousetrap because he's unstoppable. He's got step backs. He's got Euro steps. He's got pull-ups. He's creative. He's got length. He's got Jimmy. He's got fadeaways. You're not putting him in no box. He may have an off day, but it's not going to be because of what anybody does defensively. Now, without Kawhi Leonard, who got the robot knocked out of his motherfucking mouth, goodness gracious, you see that elbow? Woo, so without Kawhi, are you still willing to give up them 5 points? You got me thinking about being on the other side of this.
You know, I mean, you know, even with Luka averaging 29 points, he doesn't have a supporting cast. He can't do it by himself. You know, it's kind of like pick your evils, right? Okay, let Luka score 29, 31 points a game, and we still lose by 15. He needs help. He needs help. And I think they made some bad trades. I think they let go some key pieces. And again, there's, you know, I mean, the unicorn is still hurt, you know, for Porzingis, right? That takes some pressures off of Luka. Even in the bubble, he had, you know, Porzingis for a while, and he had a shooter in Steph Curry.
Yeah, you are right in that respect. Like, I'm looking at this Dallas Mavericks team, and on paper, this team is really bad. This team is really bad on paper.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. I'm looking at their starting five without the unicorn, and it's Luka, Josh Richardson, Trey Burke, Hardaway Jr., and Dorian Finney-Smith.
And they're all, and I mean, you know, with respect to all of those guys, they're not starters except for Luka. Anthony Hardaway got kicked out of, I mean, Tim Hardaway Jr. got kicked out of New York. He couldn't even stay. I just think that, like you said, the roster's a downgrade, and the NBA is a smart league. I'll let Luka get his 31 points, but who else is going to score? Trey Burke from Michigan? I mean, come on.
You know what? I'm flip-flopping on this one, but I'm back with you on the Clippers just because looking at that roster that they got over there in Dallas, yeah, it's Luka and a bunch of, you know, B-bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
all right, and the last one. Last game that I got my eye on, and it's Mr. Business, not personal, but I am from Sacramento, California, Sacktown, stand up, 916. We got the Kings to a back-to-back against the Phoenix Suns. They won tonight. It was 106-103. Kings were a underdog with 2.5 points, and they covered money line. The Kings always play strong at home. I don't care if it's the old Arco Arena. It's just something about the Kings at home. And the Phoenix Suns, I just don't know what I'm going to get from them. You know, so tomorrow it's -3.5 for the Suns. Give me the points again with the Kings, man. I just, you know, I'm taking an underdog. I think the Kings at home is just something to deal with, and I think the Kings and the Suns match up very well. Match up very, very well.
Well, they are undefeated right now, and they just played the Suns today.
Yeah.
So they're playing them again tomorrow. It's like a double header, right? So we've just seen them beat them. Now they're going to get a chance to play them at home. It's not like normally we could go to a game like this. That's not the case. But yeah, that's a game I can see. What's the line on that one?
I got it at 3.5.
-3.5 on the Kings, huh?
Okay.
No,
the Suns.
Oh, I thought you said
the Suns are favored.
The Suns are favored tomorrow.
Yeah,
that line has to be a mistake. We better pound that tonight.
Yeah, it's there's no faith in Sacramento. The Suns minus 3.5.
The Suns
I mean,
minus 3.5. Yeah.
so
Well, shit. Yeah. What? Okay. They just beat them. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm in on that. As a matter of fact, I never bet on the Kings, but I will tomorrow. I tell you that.
it's just you know what I mean. To all my bettors out there, like I know it's an early season, but if you know basketball, you know basketball. And if you know the rosters and you know that a team can match up well, the Kings got Fox. Buddy Hield is having a wonderful year. Uh, you got even Marvin Bagley's been looking pretty good, right? Like they're just out there looking really good. Luke Walton is finally coming up to coach. And I just think the Suns right now with the old man Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and their big center down there, Alton. I'm just not a believer. I'm not a believer right now. I think that Devin Booker got really hot in the bubble. And I think the bettors in Vegas are still going off of the bubble 75 days
ago. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
All right.
You know what? Man. I gotta say this about the Kings real quick before we jump off of this. I'm gonna look at the Kings here. I'm gonna look at their roster. This team has actually, after this draft, become a pretty deep team. They're not top heavy where they have superstars, but you got to look at a guy like Buddy Hield, who's averaging 22 points a game. Harrison Barnes, hell of a prospect at one point in time. Now he's settled in to be just a regular star in the NBA, averages 21 points a game. You got De'Aaron Fox, who's got limitless potential, is arguably the fastest man in the NBA, averaging 21 points a game. Then you got Corey Joseph averaging 15, Marvin Bagley at 13, and Tyrese Halliburton at 12, and Nemanja Bjelica. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people averaging 10 points or more per game on the Sacramento Kings. It's still real. And then you got Hassan Whiteside and Rashawn Holmes, who are just intimidators and rebounders and kind of accept that role. Are the Kings for real? I know it's early. Maybe are the Kings for real this year? Are they a team on your radar as a dark horse to actually make the playoffs?
Well, you know what? I wouldn't put it past them, but I'll tell you what Vegas thinks. Vegas has them team total for wins this year at 27. The odds are pretty high on that too. They've already won 2 games. So you're telling me the Kings can't win 25 more games in this season? I think Vegas is wrong. I will go on the over.
What's the odds on that? What's the odds on that? I want to get in on it.
I think offhand, maybe plus 350, almost plus a 400.
Team total. Time to bet that. Yeah, it's time to bet that.
Yeah, team totals. Sacramento Kings are probably at 27. They've already won 2 games. So Vegas isn't respecting them.
They will shortly, so it's time to really jump on that, I would say, right?
Exactly. So, right. Yeah, right. I mean, all right, all righty. And you know what? Then I would say I only have a couple of college basketball games there, Smack God, but it's up to you if we want to hit those or.
Let's definitely hit the ones that you like. I'm going to go ahead and just give you a quick primer from me.
Okay.
I'm in on college basketball this year. I'm excited about college basketball this year. There's a number of good teams out there. And some of these outcomes are, again, it's not like the NBA. When I think of the NBA, you got a lot going on. You got James Harden in the booty club, right? You got niggas leaving the bubble. You got all this kind of crazy shit going on. They got these back-to-backs. They got 82 games. They need a break. They got wives, kids, side bitches, all that shit. So to me, the NBA is a little bit more of a crapshoot. You look at the purity of basketball, you're looking at college basketball today. And I don't mind telling you when I'm wrong. I was looking at Gonzaga as potentially a team that was set up to have a sweaty game versus Virginia today. Nah, they came out here and put 98 points on Virginia. And it just goes to tell you that going forward, they're not going to go undefeated, but this team is absolutely for fucking real. Right. They are for fucking real. Illinois is real. Gonzaga is real. Not so sure about Iowa. So there's not a lot of big programs playing tomorrow. I'm a take it. Iowa cost you $700 yesterday on that parlay.
Right. I saw. You know what? Iowa's not shit. But one thing I would say is that hold on one second here, Smack God. I got some company here. Okay. Hey, yeah, we're gonna. There's only one game that I like tomorrow here. That would be Drake versus Indiana State.
Drake?
Yeah. Drake is actually 9-0 this year. They're averaging over 87 points, 86 points a game. Points against is about 66. Free throw, they're shooting over 87% from the free throw line, and they're favored by only 3 points. You would ask why? Indiana is averaging 69 points a game, and they're giving up 69 points a game. So I think this would be a good game tomorrow. But I have to go with Drake, man. They're 9-0 right now. Vegas has them at -3. I actually kind of see this game, first half, but I will take the full game here. Drake in the full game. But that's the only college basketball game. Tomorrow's going to be mainly NBA money, and also NFL money out there. What about you?
I'm going to take it light. I had a good week this week. I'm going to count my shillings and hold them close to my vest, like my name was Sylvester. Actually, not Sylvester. Ebenezer Scrooge. Hold on to my pennies. Made my money. I'm up right now. I don't want to give it back to the book tomorrow. There's a couple of those NBA games. I'm going to have a poke at, but I'm not going to go really, really heavy because I'm not super duper invested in putting my money in on the NBA. I will when I have a strong lean, but I'm not going to force leans. College basketball, the same way. I feel good about college basketball, and I've had a lot of success this year. I'll be happy to share that with y'all in the coming days and weeks and months. I do like you put me up on game when it comes to Drake, because I wasn't really up on Drake. You know what I mean? I wasn't really up on them. I'm going to go ahead and do my homework now, and I do see that they are putting up 80-something points a game. In matter of fact, in the last 86 points a game, and in the last game, 2 games ago, they scored 111. The lowest game of the year that they scored was 69 points in a 16-point victory. And they've got a victory over K-State, so they've done it against a big-time college.
Right, and they're a fast-paced team too. They like to run up and down the court. They're like a run and shoot, like you were saying, football. So I see them running out Indiana out of the gym. This is one of them. This is one of the games here that if your bankroll was able to, you would put more than 10% of your bankroll, right? So this is the one you double down on. There is some money to be made tomorrow. It's going to be an exciting day tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of good money to be won tomorrow. I just hope everybody's been taking their notes because there's been some good knowledge out there. And we're not charging you. We're just giving you this out of the passion and out of the love of us. Mr. Business, not personal, and the Smack God, man. And, if you guys win some money tomorrow, hit a thumbs up, let us know, and leave some comments down that low and let us know what we can do better.
Absolutely. Hey, I got some homework to do. I'm going to check out Drake. I'm going to be looking at that over-under now that I'm seeing that they're scoring about 80 points a game. And Indiana State plays at a much slower pace. They play a pretty decent level of defense. So I could see that being under. I can see it going lower, but not necessarily under. The over-under is 142 points. I got to do some I'm gonna take this game tonight. I'm gonna take the last game and see how is Drake getting it done. Is Drake a well-rounded team, or do they have like a superstar that I need to be looking out for?
You know what? They're a well-rounded team, man. They got a couple of good shooters. I'm not off head. Forgive me for not writing their names down. But no, you're absolutely right on your assessment. Indiana's going to try to slow the game up. They're going to try to be bruisers, right? That's the way they're going to try to play the half-court type of game. That's not what Drake
Mm-hmm.
wants to do. That's why this point spread is at -3. Vegas is not stupid, right? So they know what type of game Indiana wants to make this out of. Indiana State, excuse me. And I just think, Drake, I think they pull it out, especially by more than one possession. Now, if there was a hook on this, people ask, what's the hook? A hook is 3.5, 6.5, right? So, there's always that hook, which is the 0.5. This is -3. I would jump on this really quick, kind of like the Warriors versus the Bulls. So yeah, we'll see tomorrow, man. We'll keep the stats and good luck to everybody out there.
So there you have it. Willie Kane will be going through with a big parlay. The Smack Guy will take his. I take mine. To me, I take mine in little bits. I'm used to grinding and hustling on the block all night anyway. I ain't got to sell a whole key. I can go ahead and break that shit down. You know what I mean? And go dub with you. I'm gonna be out there slinging dubs tomorrow. 20 on this, 20 on that. Let's see what happens, man. You feel me? I'm in on the Warriors, man. I'm finna be in on Drake. I'm gonna take a look at some of these over-unders. You know what I mean? I made money on the town today. I'm gonna make money on the town tomorrow. You feel me? So yeah,
that's what we sent it for, man. I mean, that's it, man. You just gotta go in there and just know what you're doing. Do your homework, like the Smack Guy said. And if you, there's a lot of people out there that are giving picks, man. And I've been doing this for over 25 years, almost 30 years now, since I turned 18. And now I'm starting to notice, everybody's a picker, everybody's a handicapper, right? I've probably seen more women picking games. No offense, USC, and I'm like, listen, I get it from the mud. I've been in the locker room. I know what it takes, and I know that I'm not just going to pick a game
hold
because
on.
of the
You trying to tell me that them girls ain't been inside a locker room?
shit. They ain't been. Hey, they
They
probably
might have
snuck
been.
in.
They might have been in the locker room. So
But you know what? I don't want no hate mail, right? I ain't got no
I love
lipstick on,
that. Send it to me. This the hate department. The Smack Guy.
right?
That fight
I
line.
ain't gonna
This the hate department. Send it right to me. All your complaints.
send it to my man because look, if you on our channel, you gonna get the real. I ain't got no
100.
lipstick on. I ain't showing no nothing. You feel me? I'm giving you the picks. I want you to win some money, and I want you to take your girl out on the Uber date.
You done told people to get a steak dinner. You done told people to buy a video game. You done told niggas to get themselves a nice bottle, take a day off. Now you taking them out on the Uber day, but they got 11. Disposable income, y'all.
You feel me? Ray, I appreciate the episode, my brother.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and Hey, you know what? This is the first episode. Let me give you, man, volume 1. Business not personal. This the business not personal. Willie motherfucking Kane. Real nigga. Sacramento, Southside, Pyru. You know what I'm saying? All right, my dude. Salute to you. Appreciate you. We appreciate you fucking with me tonight, man. We gonna have fun with this, man. Be on the lookout.
Yes,
These not gonna stop. These not gonna stop. Sorry, we not stopping.
We ain't stopping, man. Take a shot for me, player.
You gonna be all you over there water,
huh? I gotta get up tomorrow. Game's on at 10.
Oh shit, end of that shit. All right, we out. All right, we out.